Welcome back, Year 6, to our 19th Destination Reader Session all about cloud busting by Mallory Blackman. This is it. This is our second last lesson. We're going to finish the book tomorrow. Are you excited? I am. Please remember that any words in red throughout today's lesson are key words which I want you to focus on. These might be vocabulary words, or they are going to be sentence starters that you should be using for our reading strategy today, which is changing. Any questions I want you to answer are going to be in blue, and anytime I want you to pause the video and write down your answer, those things will be in green. Before we begin, make sure you have a copy of the story, a strategy prompt sheet, a pencil, and a piece of paper, or your home learning book. If you don't have these things, please pause the video now and go get them. Great job. Year 6, today we are doing a fourth reading strategy. So far in cloud busting, we have done 3 other reading strategies. Have a quick think now to try to remember which 3 strategies we've done so far. Great job. We've done predicting, asking questions, and inferences. Great job. Today we are evaluating. Let's do my turn, your turn. Evaluating. Evaluating. Great job. My question to you, Year 6, is, what does it mean to evaluate a text? Take a moment to think about your answer, pause the video, and write it down. Great job. Let's look. Evaluating means to comment on the quality of a text and say why. So today we're going to be focusing on what we like about the writing or about the story of cloud busting, and talk about why we like it or what could make it even better. Now I wonder, why am I teaching you about evaluating? Year 6, my question to you is, why do good readers evaluate texts while they read? Take a minute, think about your answer, and then pause the video and write it down. Great job. Let's take a look. Good readers evaluate texts while they read to make deeper connections and develop a better understanding of the text and the author's choices. Evaluating is one of my favorite reading techniques because it can really help you also improve your writing, Year 6, because you're looking at why authors make choices, what types of words they're using and why, how they've organized the text and why. It's a great reading strategy to improve both your reading and your writing. Before we begin, let's talk about 3 different vocabulary words. The first word we'll see today is beckon. My turn. Beckon. Your turn. Great job. To beckon someone means to gesture with your arm, hand, or head, instructing someone to come towards you. I want everyone to pretend that someone's on the other side of the room. I want you to beckon them towards you using your arm, your hand, or your head. Off you go. Good job. How many of your parents just thought you were beckoning them over to you? Our second word today is expression. Expression. Great job. An expression is a thing. It's the look on your face that shows what emotion you're feeling. So my expression might show that I'm happy if I'm smiling. My expression might be showing sadness if I'm frowning or crying. And our final vocabulary word today is a phrase. The phrase is drift away. Drift away. Great job. To drift away means to move away from someone or something slowly. We often use the phrase drift away to describe how something moves across water. Today's questions in our evaluating lesson are going to be 2 and 3 mark questions. Most evaluating questions are 2 or 3 marks. Year 6, take a few moments to just think in your head, why might evaluating questions usually be worth 2 or 3 marks? Great job. If you said evaluating questions are usually worth 2 or 3 marks because they require us to tell something we like or don't like and explain why, they always have those 2 parts. So let's remember, my turn. 2 mark questions need a PE answer. Your turn. Great work. My turn. 3 mark questions need a PEE answer. Your turn. Great job. Today we're reading chapter 25. I want you to take just a few moments now, look at the image, and decide what you think this chapter might be about. Great job. I see Sam, and he's looking at an empty desk. If I remember back to the beginning of the book, I remember that we learned that Davy is gone. Could this be Davy's empty desk? Maybe we'll learn about where Davy went. Let's get reading and find out. Please turn to page 153. I'll give you a few moments to find the page and have your finger ready at the top to follow along. Great work. I think we're ready. Year 6, please remember to follow along with me while I read, and we'll stop and ask questions along the way. Chapter 25. Away. Davy became me, and I became him. I look at the summer sky and see the bottom of heaven's ocean. I look at a tree and stand and stare as the branches, like arms, beckon me near. I look up at the stars and see holes in the floor of heaven, a light so bright it burns my heart. Let's stop there. Year 6, my question to you is, how does the organization of page 53 help the reader to better understand the text? This is a 2 mark question, so you need to tell me, why is the organization of page 53 well done? And how it helps the reader better understand. Let's take a look at my answer first. I think the text is organized well because each verse has its own main idea. Let's look at page 53. The first verse talks about how Sam sees the summer sky. The second verse talks about how he sees the trees. And the third verse talks about how he sees the stars. So that's my first mark, year 6. It's organized well because each verse has its own idea. Now I'm going to explain how this helps the reader. Listen, each Each verse talks about a different thing that Sam sees the way Davy used to. This helps the reader understand and keep each big idea separate. All right, now it's your turn. Pause the video now and write down your 2-mark answer to the question, how does the organization of page 153 help the reader better understand the text? Great work. Let's keep reading. We are on page 154 now. I look at people's faces and see myself in their selections of expressions, reflections, contact. And my friends drifted away, walked away, ran away, including Davy, because I wasn't Sam anymore. Let's pause there. This question, Year 6, is about the clever word and phrase choice of the author, because I thought in the second verse on this page, Mallory Blackman, the author, chose some really clever phrases. My question to you is, what is clever about the author's word or phrase choices here when she said, and my friends drifted away, walked away, ran away? Why is that clever? Pause the video here and write down your best 2-mark answer. Awesome job. Let's read my answer. It is clever the way the author used a group of phrases which all mean to go away. Each phrase means to go away quicker than the previous phrase. Do you see that, Year 6? Drifted away means really slowly. Walked away means a bit quicker. And ran away means even quicker. Let's keep reading my answer. This helps the reader understand how alone Sam now felt. At first, his friends drifted away slowly. Then they ran away until he was all alone. Let's read to the end of chapter 25. Davy left school 6 months after his allergic reaction. His mom got a better job in another town. Davy didn't tell anyone. He just left. 1 week he was there, the next week he was gone. And he never said goodbye. Not to me, not to anyone. He just left. But he'd already gone. Oh, I really like that last line. I think the last line of chapter 25 has really high impact on the reader. He just left, but he had already gone. So here Sam is saying that it's almost as if Davy had left already before he actually went away. Why does that last line have high impact on the reader? Take a second to think about your answer, pause the video, and write it down. Great job. Let's take a look at my answer. Remember, Year 6, this is just a 2-mark question, so you need to tell me why this line has high impact or is a very good last line, and explain a little bit about why you think so. So I've said, this line has high impact because it helps the reader understand how Sam feels about Davy leaving. He is conflicted. Sam feels sad that Davy is gone, but he also feels as though the real Davy had left a long time ago. Did you have a similar answer? If you had a different reason that you really liked that last line, I'd love to hear it. Please send me an email or upload your work onto J2E. That's the end of our reading today. Tomorrow we will finish the book and read chapter 26. Today's question for at the end of our lesson is, what was the most surprising part of cloud busting? Why did you find this part so surprising? Explain your answer in a few sentences or a short paragraph. Great job today, Year 6, as always. I'm so impressed that each and every one of you is coming back every day, listening to and taking part in these lessons. It's awesome. Well done, and I'll see you for our last lesson about cloud busting tomorrow.